Hey guys, it's Olivia, the creator behind your favorite cool and weird show, Ruby's Cube. Since this is our last episode of the season, we have a reason to celebrate. And what better way than to get formal? Unless that's just me. Today we have a special behind-the-scenes look of how I made the recent Ruby's Cube film, What's It Like to Be Small? I'm gonna get squeaky, I'm gonna get ratty, and I'm gonna show you guys what it took to create this film. So the first area that I did a lot of experimentation is in the camera. What kind of camera do you use to crawl around on the floor like a rat? I didn't quite know how to capture the feeling of crawling around on the floor. So I tried a lot of different options. The first option I tried was a 360 camera that you can slide very close to the floor since it records from all angles. Ultimately though, because this camera records from all angles, there's so much to look at. There's so many different angles, so many different directions. It's really hard to put it together in post-production and create something that feels like rat movement. It would take forever. So I moved on to the next option. The next camera that I looked at is this, a camcorder with a ridiculously huge fisheye lens on the front. This is great for a few reasons. It's low to the ground, has this giant fisheye lens so you can see a lot of your environment, and it's quick and light to move around in that kind of jerky rat style. Smoothness isn't necessarily the goal for this. Now, the downsides to this camera is it's a camcorder, and in low light conditions, it looks pretty bad. I don't want to show you guys chunky pixels, okay? So while it creates the best rat effect, it's not the best viewing experience. So finally, what I settled on is a small mirrorless camera. It's low to the ground, the lens gets pretty wide, and best of all, it has quick focus and the quality is pretty decent. The way I filmed the rat movement is I slid this across the floor on a cloth. Because the floors were hardwood, it could be slid around pretty quickly, but in areas that didn't have hardwood, I just carried it around and ran. My back's never quite been the same. This created a rat movement and hopefully gave you the feeling that you really are in a rat's body. The next area that I did a lot of experimentation in is creating this guy, my little rat puppet. This is actually my first time ever creating a puppet, so I don't claim him to be the best in the world, and as you can tell here, his body is not finished. Hopefully you didn't see that too much in the film. The inner workings of this rat puppet are aluminum foil, which create a malleable body. He then has a layer of skin out of masking tape, and finally, some painted white fur. He's a little rough around the edges, but you know what? I love him anyways. This creates our main character of the film. I really went back and forth on where to put the infamous rat club. I had originally intended to make it out of a cardboard box because it has enough sides and is pretty enclosed and realistically something a rat would crawl into. But ultimately, it didn't really give me a lot of room to film in. What I ended up choosing was a bathroom cupboard, the most glamorous spot for a club. But I loved this location because of the exposed piping, which give it kind of an industrial feel, and the distressed floor, which kind of actually looks like many rats have crawled upon it. The rat DJ booth is actually the camcorder that you saw earlier, with some coins on top. The reason why I wanted to create this film is to show that rats are kind of just like us. Even though we don't see their little lives, I'm sure they do have little lives. And to make them look just like humans is funny. And what better way to show that a rat is just like a human than to have him run into his ex-girlfriend at the club? We've all been there, right? Mostly? The second most human thing to do as a rat is to be sad. And that's why this film has a sad ending. Speaking of film, if you haven't checked out the rest of our Ruby's Cube episodes from this season, go take a look. There's some weird adventures for you to go on. And if you have, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed what I've put out, and I hope to see you next season. From both of us, goodbye.